Alright, so hello and welcome back to the beautiful Lake District. This is Matty.
Hello.
And I'm Ben. And if you've watched any of my past videos, you'll know I like a challenge. So for some stupid reason, I'm going to try and camp somewhere without a tent in just a sleeping bag. This could go brilliantly, this could go terribly. I could get eaten alive in the middle of the night by sheep. But anyway, we'll wait and see and find out.
Alright, so before we get into the video, there was a slight change of plan. I was going to see how long I could last in my sleeping bag, while Matty is a bit more sensible and decided to sleep in his tent. So that actually works out perfectly, as it means I have an escape route if things don't go to plan. But this is how I'm going to be sleeping anyway, hopefully. So please come along and join us on this little adventure in the beautiful Lake District.
But anyway, let's get started.
So, rewinding back a little bit to the start of the evening, we're on winding country roads as we enter the beautiful Lake District National Park. Our destination is the little village of Grasmere, named after the adjacent lake, well, Mere, but let's not get into that here. Anyway, so Matty parks up and we say goodbye to Betsy. I try and break the 40mph speed limit before we start heading to where we'll be staying for the night, which will be near Easedale Tarn, where there'll be a lovely surprise waiting for us. I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, it was a beautiful summer's evening with the sun just beginning to set. We made it through Grasmere at around 8:30, and in usual Lake District fashion, we passed some lovely houses made of slate. Eventually, we got out onto the trail, where we crossed one of the scenic wooden footbridges, which led us to a gate. Welcomed by the familiar solitude and expansive greenery of the Lake District we all love, made up of rolling hills and of course you can't forget, sheep. Oh, I even got a reply that time. As we pass the wooden sign, it points us in the right direction, with Easedale Tarn only a mile away. Although there was definitely a bit of a climb on the way up, and it was a pretty hot evening at around 20 degrees. And yep, I've got to do this every time I want to record a shot. Except maybe without the spin. Although while walking, I do get a little concerned Matty has a mouse in his bag. But I get distracted by another little sheepy, but I don't think the feeling's mutual. After a near dangerous altercation with a sheep, we carry on up the lovely stone steps.
Beautiful background, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Haha, witty. So we are just on our way to the beautiful Easedale Tarn. I don't know if it's beautiful actually because I've never been.
There's
Relying on him. Mr. Squeak over there, can you hear it? Keep walking. And to give our ears a break from Matty's bag, we have a quick water break, and I can't help appreciate the colours and sounds of nature. So we'd been walking for roughly about an hour or so now, so we should be getting pretty close. Alright, so Matty says we're about 15-20 minutes away from Easedale Tarn. Look at that for a backdrop. Does not get better than this, does it? This is why we love the Lake District. Woo! And we passed some lovely little waterfalls, which fell into crystal clear pools of water. And surprisingly, up until this point, we hadn't even crossed a single person on this path yet, although our hopes of peace and quiet will soon be ruined. So, Easedale Tarn's just coming up now. We've got a beautiful little stream just to our right. Not sure if you can see it, but what a spot. Out of 10, Matty. Where are you going? He's running away.
up there, like
Ooh, it's up there. Out of 10, go on.
9.
9. Ooh, I'm going to say 9.5.
It was definitely a 9.5 with this really interesting tree, and I bet this would make an incredible natural infinity pool.
I'll tell you what, I think this would make an absolutely beautiful spot for a wild swim. Possibly coming soon in my next video. Stay tuned.
Alright, so I think I've had enough of this walking rubbish now. We're almost there, and you can tell it's summer. The landscape is absolutely covered in green bracken.
Alright, so I might be all happy and smiling now, but tonight, when I'm in my sleeping bag, it's going to get pretty cold. So I've got absolutely no idea of what to expect tonight. Not a clue. It could be absolutely freezing, could be okay. I've got my thermals, I forgot my coat in the house, so just gonna have to see how it goes. But it could be an absolute disaster. But I'm gonna see how long I can last in my sleeping bag without the tent.
And little do I know, our night is about to take another interesting turn as we approach our campsite at Easedale Tarn.
We've just arrived at Easedale Tarn and there's bad news. Some little nasties have stolen our spot, haven't they? So we're gonna have to kick them out. I'm only kidding. We're gonna have to find another spot. But let me turn you around. Wow. Look at that. Matty. Can you see what I can see?
Yeah.
I think we might have some company tonight. We thought we were going to have the whole place to ourselves. Let's have a look at this. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, even though half of England are here and beat me to it, this is Easedale Tarn. What a beautiful, beautiful spot.
Look at that, mountains in the background, sun just going down. It's just about sunset, I think. I think sunset might just pass, but anyway, what a gorgeous spot. I'm gonna have to try and find somewhere out the way, I think. So, in search for a quiet spot to camp, we carry on our way around the tarn, past all the other tents, and we both really could not believe the amount of other people who also had the same idea. Anyway, I'm not so sure I can call this video. Uh-oh. As I was saying before I nearly lost my foot in Shrek Swamp, I don't know if I can call this video wild camping anymore because it's like a campsite up here. I was not expecting this. But it is a beautiful spot, but there must be like 15 tents around here. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, we're going to try and go over that way somewhere, go up a little bit of a height, and we should get a spot to ourselves, hopefully. With a better view as well, and away from the midges. Oh, anyway, let's crack on. Across the boggy grassland, we start to climb again and decide that if we both split up, we'll likely find a good spot to settle for the night. And luckily, even though it was late, we weren't in a desperate rush because it was a beautiful summer's night. It's not looking good. It's steep, I'm getting a sweat on, but there's no other flat grass. It's just, yeah, there's nowhere flat. And I carried on up the steepest bit of terrain all evening. And at the top of the crag, I spotted Matty in the distance, where it looked as though he had found a beautiful spot to stay the night. Alright, so let me let you in on the plan. So, Matty wants to camp in a tent tonight, and of course my challenge is to camp without a tent in this. So this is my tent for the night. Just a sleeping bag, so it should be interesting. Anyway, I'm going to help Matty set up the tent, so cue the time lapse. As we both get on setting the tent up, the night is drawn to a close. The sun's already set and it's just after 10 PM, which means I'll soon be trying to live up to my challenge of staying the night in a sleeping bag. Although it's probably a good thing Matty has his 2-man tent just in case anything goes wrong. And now that the tent is set up, luckily I can keep my bag in there. But yeah, I'm not sure how well you can see the views, but it's just so quiet. All you can hear is a few sheep, and that's about it. Just the solitude's beautiful. We've managed to get away from the crowd up here, so very nice. So yeah, look forward to seeing it in the morning when the sun rises over there. Should be lovely. But I think we're going to get settled, get ready, and I need to find somewhere to set my bed. Alright, so the night begins. I've put the flasher on. I'm hoping you can see me. But anyway, obviously with just sleeping in a sleeping bag, it's going to get pretty cold. So I've got a little fleece, and I'll probably stick on a couple of t-shirts underneath. Unfortunately, I forgot my coat, which is a big mistake, really. But hopefully to make up for it, I've got little thermal legging things, which should keep my legs warm. I'll put them on pretty soon. Like I said, it's pretty warm as of now, but it's clear skies, so the temperature will probably drop quite quick through the night. And then I've got these like waterproof walking trousers, so with thermal leggings and walking trousers on, should hopefully be kept pretty warm. But yeah, to be honest, like I said, I've got absolutely no clue how cold it's going to be through the night, so it's just going to be a case of waiting and seeing and hoping that it's going to be okay. So fingers crossed. But let's have a little scout and see where I can sleep for tonight. So I head outside with my torch, and it's pretty eerie wandering around in the complete darkness of the night. It is a bit unnerving, but I'm guessing the worst I'll come up against is probably a sheep or a serial killer, but I'll take my chances. Now it's time to say goodbye to the comfort and safety of the tent, as I can see the distant lights of Grasmere in the background. Alright, so I think I found my little spot. Temperature is starting to drop, you can feel it. Here's my sleeping bag. I think me and Matty are just going to chill out for a little bit, have some food. And then we'll probably be going to bed pretty soon anyway, so the challenge will be underway pretty soon. Let's see how I get on. A bit nervous, a bit scared, a bit nervous. Let's see. And there we go. Goodbye to the tent. Right, so of course it's absolutely pitch black and silent. It's about 11:30, I think. So time to get the sleeping bag and get comfy somewhere. A bit scared now. But can't back out now. The ground feels a little bit damp. I'm hoping it's just cold rather than wet. There we go. So I've just walked a couple of minutes and now I've got my own little spot. Let's see how comfy it is. Right, so I'm all comfy now. I'm hoping you can see me. It doesn't feel too cold, so I'm hoping it stays that way. But the moon's just peeking out in the background behind the clouds there. It's pretty exciting. Oh, I've got bugs landing on me already. Uh-oh. Alright, so. Oh no. What have I done with it? I was just going to tell you that I was going to put my little mosquito net on, but I've lost it. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Where have I put it? Let me find it. Oh no. Where have I put it? Ah, found it. Okay, so I found it. Can't really see it. Little mosquito net that Matty luckily gave me. What's my torch doing? So, hopefully, you can just see it. Hopefully this will keep me safe through the night. There's a lot of white moths flying around before, so this could be a lifesaver, but I don't feel cold yet, so that's good. But yeah, time to get cosy. Right, all sorted. I've changed my socks. I had wet socks on. You don't really want to be sleeping with wet stuff when you're camping, let alone in a sleeping bag. But anyway, I've got my little pillow, sleeping bag up. It's time to get comfy. Oh, I think it's time for bed. We're going to try and get up for sunrise, I think. Oh, I'll probably not have much of a choice. But anyway, listen to that. Absolutely bliss. Wonderful. But I tell you what, it was, I bet I look so stupid with this head now on. But anyway, it was pretty hard leaving the tent there. I just sat in for 10 minutes just to get sorted, have a bit of food, and then have a bit of a chat with Matty. Then he's gone to sleep about half an hour ago. But it was pretty hard getting myself out of the tent to come and lie here, but now I'm here. I think there's something about just wild camping, or even, you know, if you've not done it before, I think there's just something about like hiking, wild camping, and even taking this a step further. There's something so like liberating about it, and just getting out and about and having like no boundaries. You can kind of just do what you want within reason. If you're responsible, don't make a mess, and all that. But yeah, it's just crazy. I'm kind of excited to sleep, but yeah, I'm pretty tired, so I think I'm going to leave it there. But if I wake up through the night, I'll probably give you an update. But anyway, hopefully see you in the morning with a full night's sleep. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but see you in the morning with a lovely sunrise. Goodbye. Wow, and there we go. I've pretty much made it through until 4:15. It's just starting to drizzle, so we are getting up for sunrise. So yeah, I think I'm classing that as spending the night in a sleeping bag. And you know, it was surprisingly comfy. I managed to sleep pretty good, so there we go. Oh, that light. Yeah, don't want to get soaking wet really. It's just starting to light drizzle. So. Alright, so hello, good morning. It's beautiful outside, which I'll show you in just a minute. But seeking refuge in the tent from the rain turned into falling asleep for 5 hours. I know. So did I pass the challenge? I made it for sunrise. I don't know. Made it about 5 hours outside in my sleeping bag. So I'll let you decide. But I think I've done it. I experienced it, which is good. But anyway, let me show you the views from the tent. Let's go. So the night was over, and although I'd hoped on not having to use the tent, it was still another experience tried and boundaries tested. And no doubt it'll be another special memory to remember in this beautiful, beautiful place. We finish packing up and make our way back down towards the tarn through the long grass, and we descend down from the side of the crag where we slept last night. And for the millionth time, I have to set my tripod up and do a runner into shot.
Alright, so while I'm still in a beautiful spot, I think I'm going to leave it there. It doesn't get any better than this. This is why we're coming to the Lake District. Absolutely stunning. But anyway, yeah, the challenge didn't quite go as planned, but it was still a little adventure and it's good to try something new. I'll let you decide whether I successfully completed the challenge or not, but it's good to try a new experience. Despite getting a little tick in my leg, apart from that, all things went pretty well until the rain came. But anyway, me and Matty are now going to head up to Blencathra. I'm going to do a wild swim. Keep an eye out for that video coming soon. Click subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Goodbye.